Information Center.
Okay, so when we go back to home, one of the features that we can play around with first is posting an event. So this is a great way to add events so other chamber members can see them. And see, as you can see, there's already events on here from other people, which is excellent. So I want to add an event. So I am going to add, we have unlimited bowling every Tuesday and Thursday. So I'm going to do unlimited bowling on Tuesday nights, and I will do start date next Tuesday, start hour. Oh, not an all day event. I have to unclick that. So start hour 7 p.m. and end hour is 10 p.m. So for those 3 hours, people can bowl for $15. So I'm going to write that in, and I'm going to actually make it weekly. Every Tuesday. Oh, I can do Tuesday and Thursday. Look at that, learning something new. So I can save myself making another event. All right, so then I'm going to type in, come on down for unlimited bowling from 7 to 10 p.m. for only $15 per person. All right, shoes included. And obviously I would, if I'm doing this not in a timed fashion, I would maybe add a couple more points about my business, but that's a quick, simple way to do it. I'm gonna do unlimited bowling deal, unlimited bowling. Okay. We can do fees and admission, $15 per person. The location, date and time, I think we already entered in, so that's not that big of a deal. Location will come up as Cape Ann Lanes. And I'll add in my website, because it never hurts to have extra information there. And this is going to be recreation and sports. So this is actually Carrie's computer, so I'm not going to upload a photo right now because I just don't have it. But what I would do is add a photo that would be representative of this this event. So when I get back to the bowling alley, I will do that and make sure that there's plenty of images attached to this event so that it comes up and it's very nice looking.
And the beauty of posting events here is that on the chamber website, when people click on events and community events, all of these events will appear, and people can get more information that way. And then we also use those events to draw on to populate our At a Glance newsletter, the weekly electronic newsletter that goes out. So this is a great way of letting all members know about your events coming up.
So this is one of the huge benefits of being a member of the chamber that people don't realize, that this is essentially marketing that's already included in your membership. So you will be getting your event information out to all of the members, and like Barb said, they'll be highlighted if you populate this. That's what they use to draw from. So this is a great way for people to be able to search events in the community. It just adds to our community calendar, but also will get business to you. So this is one of those mostly forgotten about membership benefits that more people should take advantage of. So save that draft.
And just so people know, events get submitted and then they do need approval before they appear online. So if you submit an event and don't see it right away, don't panic. It's coming.
Just make sure so I saved the draft. I'm submitting for approval now. Barb, once you submit for approval, can you make changes? Or does it have to get reapproved?
I think it would have to get, reapproved.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Couple of other questions that have come in. Somebody wants to know if we own more than one company, do we need separate accounts for each property? And the answer to that is yes. Again, everything is property specific and email specific. However, if you let me know that you'd like to tie them together, I can help set it up so that you have one username and password, and then it will come to a screen where you pick which property you then want to get into. So that does make it easier. So just shoot me an email or give me a call if that's your question. And then as far as the logo is concerned, we had a question. I do believe that needs to be a JPEG or a PNG file. I don't think an AI file or a PDF can work for the logo.
I don't believe so. AI files
Yeah.
are usually too big.
Yeah.
And PDFs usually don't work for any kind of image. So back to the events page here. Another feature that's excellent that I sometimes forget which events I have registered for because I attend so many of the chamber ones. This will go through and show you what ones you've registered for. So you can find chamber events and make sure that you have registered for an event you want to attend. And then events I've attended and checked in. Let's see what this is. Oh, maybe not. I don't know if it's thinking here. Yep, it's thinking.
Well, while it's
There we
thinking,
go. Okay, so now it shows me which events I've gone to. So these are the 3 that I've checked into, and I've used this system to actually register for and checked in with. So it kind of reminds you of all the different events that you have gone to for the chamber. All right. So this is also a great way to browse and see what's going on with everybody else. So the events feature is huge. That's a really good way to connect each other. So I think we'll move on to...
let me answer one more question. Sure. It says, your categories don't seem to apply to us. Are there other category options you can add? We just actually went through a big process to try and streamline our categories. We actually found that it got more confusing to have too many categories, because when you get too focused, then people don't know how to search for that. So if you can't find a category that applies, give me a call. And yes, we can add categories. We try not to do that, unless really necessary. But that certainly is an option. It would not be an option for the for the printed directory this year. But online, we might be able to create an additional category. But give me a call and we can talk about that. And then as far as the logos, how can we convert an AI file or a PDF to a JPEG? Anybody here know that?
So for AI file, to convert it, you'd have to be in Illustrator. And you can export it as a JPEG or a PNG.
Okay.
PDF, to do that, you usually actually have to also use an Adobe product to be able to go back into the PDF and make it editable and then export it as a picture file, so as a JPEG or a PNG. If you have someone who created your logo for you, maybe ask them, or find someone who has Adobe products who can do that for you. It's not always as simple as it should be, but...
All right, and then there were a couple last things that we probably don't have a lot of time to get into as in-depth right now, but we just want to let you know that you can post job openings as well through the Member Online Center.
And is that in resources here? Let's see. No, that is in...
Yeah, go back to home. Job
postings. Okay,
yeah.
So there you go, job postings. You can post if you're hiring. So as you can see, Cape Ann Savings Bank is hiring, Emerson Inn is hiring, Lantana House. So this is a great way to try and find people for your business.
And again, we take all of these job postings from the Member Information Center and share those in At a Glance. So it also goes out in the weekly electronic newsletter to all of our members. So that's a great way to announce job postings.
And it is, and that's another included benefit of being a chamber member, because posting jobs is actually pretty expensive nowadays. So if you're using any kind of website, you usually have to pay. And if you don't have to pay, the website isn't that great. So this is a great way to get that word out there locally and to people who are already involved in business and probably pretty reliable people. So,
and then the last thing would be to go back to the home page and show where we want people to know that you can also pay invoices online.
Yes.
Right here through the Member Information
So I
Center.
have an account balance right here. This is from a board meeting lunch. So I can go right to pay. And I can, let's see, we can do invoice. So continue. And you can use this to actually I already have my credit card linked, so I can check out right here. And if I knew the well, I'm not going to do it on the webinar anyway, but I could check out right now. So it makes it very simple to pay your bills. Online payments.
All right. We have covered a lot of ground. Caitlin, thank you so very, very much.
No
and
much.
Andrew Nicastro from Streamography, thank you so very, very much. We plan to do more of these, and we will have the webinar now available on our website as well if you want to go back and review if you've got additional questions. We thank you for joining us today. Anybody have anything?
I was just going to say, I think one of our chapters is going to be about member-to-member deals at some point, which is a huge feature we're going to be focusing on, and Barb has already started to do that. So stay tuned for that, because that is something that we would really like to bring back.
Yes, good point. All right. Thank you so much, and thank you everybody for joining us. Have a great rest of the afternoon.